Okay, you're welcome, everyone. Welcome to learn how to maximize Inbranded for your brand promotion and audience engagement. I want you to take note of brand promotion and audience engagement. Introduce yourself in the chat. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Are you tuning in from Japan, from Korea, from China, or from India? Tell us where you're tuning in from. Tell us the business you are into because I would like to use some of your businesses as use cases in the course of this webinar. Tell us where you are tuning in from. We are right in the chat. Tell us what you do. Okay.
Okay, we can't actually hear you. Okay, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so sorry about that. I'll just go back a little. So earlier I said we love people who take action, and as such, you are entitled to $75 Amazon gift card if you stay to the end. Two people actually. So you might be among the lucky two people. And I said not everyone will win the $75, but everyone will win the $50 credit if you stay to the end. What can you do with this credit? If you're into fashion business, if you're into tech, whatever business you are into, whatever your brand is, you can create 25,000 images with this $50 in branded credit, and you can send 15,000 emails. Wow, woo! That's a great win for everyone who stayed to the end, I believe. Okay, prior to this time, I said you should introduce yourself in the chat. I don't think I've seen an introduction. Okay, introduce yourself. Tell me the business you're into. I like to use your brand, your business as use cases while giving instances. Welcome, David. I hope, okay, I'll go back to this slide later for those who will join later on so everyone will know what they are entitled to at the end of this webinar. Earlier on, I said that you're entitled to $75 Amazon gift card. Two lucky people, actually. You might be among the lucky people, so I'll just address you as you. What can you do to be entitled to this $75 Amazon gift card. Visit inbranded.co.c.inbranded webinar to generate an attendee badge. I would like someone to type that in the chat for those who, okay, someone is trying to type that in the chat. So you visit this link and generate an attendee badge. On the right is a sample of the attendee badge. All you need to do is to put your name and your avatar. Avatar means picture, put your name, and then post it on your social media platform. Could be Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram with the hashtag Inbranded webinar. Please tag us in branded code so that we can see it and then consider you for the win. But please don't let this money go away. If you don't need it, get it for me. I would love to have $75. All right. So that's these are this criteria is for those who are eligible, which is everyone. We're all eligible. But one of the criteria is you staying till the end. I am watching you. What is Inbranded? Let's get into business. What is Inbranded? Inbranded. But before then, I said something earlier. I'll quickly go there. I said, learn how to maximize Inbranded for your brand promotion and audience engagement. Brand promotion, audience engagement. So what do I do? How can I do whatever to do this, to promote my brand and to engage my audience? What differentiates brand from business? What differentiates my followers from an engaged audience? We need to clarify that term because on that basis is when you can harness the potential in branded for your business. So Inbranded is a platform that provides brand building and user engagement tools. We provide you with the tools. It is in your hands to grab those tools, from acquiring new leads through unique campaigns to reaching them through automation. This means you can sit down in your living room, popcorn in the bowl, seeing movies, and your campaign is traveling the world for you. So we provide you with these tools to make the most of every lead. Someone sees your content, someone sees your campaign, and then they are thrilled because it is user-centric. I'll talk about that later. So you convert this lead from just an impression to active and engaged audience. Engaged audience. So what differentiates a brand from a business? Growing up, I'm sure if you're tuning in from Nigeria or you've lived in Nigeria for a very long time, you'll be able to relate with this example I'm about to give. Our mothers will tell us to go get Maggie, right? Oh my goodness. I think I got to know that Maggie, in quotes, is actually called bouillon cube, broth cube, or stock cube when I was way above. Okay, I think when I was serving, you can imagine that. What happened there? Maggie is just a brand, not a general name. But then it has created an identity for itself. That brings me to the difference between a brand and a business. So the solution you prefer, whatever solution you prefer, be it creating content for people, be it sewing their dresses, whatever you prefer solution to, that's your business. The product you sell, it's your business. The service you render is your business. Your company as a whole is your business. So what is your brand? That thing that differentiates you. What differentiates Mama Dolapo's food from Iyakemi's food is a brand. Okay, so your distinctive feature, your general image, what somebody can say about you is your brand. Your identity is your brand. So what you offer, your business, your identity is your brand. Now, I talked about audience engagement. Does the number of your followers equate engagement? That you have 1,000 followers Does it make them engaged audience? I'll give you a scenario. Sometime last year, I think, or about 2 years, okay, maybe late 2020 or 2021, when I had to handle the Instagram page of Instagram. At some point, I spoke to the creative director. I said, okay, I think I should just follow people so they can follow us and then our numbers can increase. He said, no, don't do that. In my mind, I was like, well, logically, everybody should do that. He said, don't do that. He said, if you do that, we will not necessarily have those who will use the brand be amongst our followers. We just have followers, not engaged users. What does that mean? I see a lot of people paying this what do I call them? I've forgotten the term to use for them. When I remember, I'll say it. So people pay people to actually gain followers, but that you have plenty followers, many followers, does not equate engagement. People might follow you and might never even like your post. They might never ever comment on your post. I'm sure you can relate with me. Some of you have 1,000 followers on Instagram or Facebook, and then you post a picture, you only see 10 likes. Hmm, what is going on? No engagement. What is engagement? How do you measure engagement? How do you build engagement on social media, your CRM, your ads? How do you do that? Now, engagement means the cognitive, emotional, or affective experiences that users have with media content or brands. Some of you would say, I prefer Coke to Pepsi. Trust me, it might not be different in taste. You are already emotionally hooked to your brand. You have been affected to your brand. Okay, so cognitive response, cognitive response is your mental process, your experience, your thought process. Oh, I like this thing. Oh, I like the color. Cognitive, emotional. Oh, this makes me feel. Oh, this makes me feel. Your feeling has been touched, and this is why some content don't get engagement because it is not appealing to your audience. It's not appealing to their emotion. Emotion is one thing you should appeal to because emotion results in loyalty, it results in longevity, prejudice, and your affective is your mood, your attitude. Now, what brings about this response? You have two things that can bring about this response, positively or negative. Is it user centric or you're just pitching sales? Many of us are surfing the internet. The moment an ad pops up, boom, you close it. Because the first thing is, do you know that you can sell it? Everything is just selling, 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 selling. Nothing appeals to you. Nothing grabs your attention. Nothing tells you, oh, I care about you. And that is why you don't get engagement in most cases to your business. So their response is when they take action. What they do with the message is what determine if they are engaged or not. Now, to Inbranded. So now you've been talking about, you've told me the difference between brand and business. You've told me the difference between having followers, fans, or whatever the case may be. And then you've told me what it means to actually have actual engagement. Okay, now what can Inbranded do for me? How can I harness Inbranded to engage my audience? I want you to know that all our tools are alive. Alive in what sense? You can create email campaign, you can create image campaign, surveys, whatever campaign it is, you can create this campaign on the channel. You don't have to import any tool to build this campaign. We have the we have our builder, We have every tool you need. You can create from scratch, or you can use existing templates to create your campaign. That is why I said our tools are alive. So I'm not a graphic designer. How do I create a campaign? We have templates across different categories. Valentine is coming. Go to the website. You will see templates on Valentine. All you need to do, remove the brand name that is there. Put your brand name, put your picture, duplicate it for your customer, duplicate it for your audience to the alive. I'll talk about automation later. Let me quickly talk about audience. So when you import your campaign, you have the avenue to generate a link that you send to your users, and then they create their own entry. Now, this entry does not involve you putting your picture, it involves them putting their picture. Do you know what that tells them? You matter. Everybody wants to matter, isn't it? You want to matter. So you send me a link, and then whatever campaign I want to create entry in, I have to put my own picture. You don't need to force me to put this thing. I'll post it myself because I want people to see my latest picture. I want people to see my image, you know. And then what does that do for you as as a business owner? As a business owner, you get nano influencer. So you don't need to pay celebrity to be your influencer. This person posts, create an entry, put kiddo and then put the picture, post it on his or WhatsApp status. And then about 60 people see it, 100 people see it, 1,000 people see it. Trust me, you've done free adverts. You don't need to pay. You didn't pay for it. You didn't pay an influencer to do it for you. This person post on Facebook. All the friends of that person see your brand. That is why I keep anybody I meet, I tell them create campaign. You don't have money for ad, create campaign. How sure are you that the ad you're creating, the ad you are paying for is getting to your real audience? What do I mean by real audience? It's not everybody that needs your service. If you make khaki, I'm talking about NYSC in Nigeria. If you make khaki, it's only youth scoppers, you core members that will patronize you. So if you send an ad and the ad is going reaching old people, reaching secondary school people, trust me, you've wasted half or about half, we've wasted some amount of reach that you could use to reach your real time audience. Okay, now what is automation? The other time I talked about duplicating your campaign. So I've created an entry, I get my link. I don't have to create 1,000 times for people. I will show you how you can create certificates. I mean, Shagun will show you practically, but I'll show you samples later on, very soon, in fact. So somebody joins my audience list. I need to send this person a badge. I need to send an email to say, welcome to God Debbie Collection. Welcome to Lose of Elation. Welcome to Ben's Contour. I don't have to do that 1,000 times over. What do? I automate this thing. So when a new user comes, you receive the message automatically. Inbranded platform allows you to do that. So you can sit in the comfort of your home, you are sleeping and snoring, and automation is doing the job for you, welcoming your audience for you, giving them latest update for you. I hope you can still hear me. If you can hear me, drop a hi in the chat, please. So I'm not talking to myself. Can somebody drop hi in the chat? I need to know that people are okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Right. What are the benefits before we go to practical things? What are the benefits of Inbranded? You create awareness. We don't all have money for these things. How much are you earning? How much am I earning? Economic factor will not make us pay influencers. But then, with just my data, I don't need to pay 1 naira. I don't need to pay $1. I don't need to pay 1 yen. I don't need to pay £1, whatever the case may be, in whatever country that you are. You just get free creation or awareness creation. you know, okay, sorry about that. Then you generate lead. When I see what somebody posts about your brand and I like it, I become a lead. From there, I get to see what you offer. I search for you for more detail. I become an audience. And then on this platform, you get detailed analytics. What does that mean? You get to see people who click, people who don't, if you have an email list. You get to see people who take action. And this informs your next brand action. Okay, I created a campaign. 1,000 people viewed it. Oh, I know. Okay. 1,000 people viewed my campaign. And then 400 people created an entry. What does that tell you? About 400 people are probably interested in my brand. Okay. And then maybe about 10 people commented on this entry. Okay, 10 people are actually very, very, very interested to get detailed analytics. And as such, what can you do? 400 people become your stereotype to the other audience. You can be able to track, okay, these 400 people are interested. Okay, let me reach these 400 people for further message. Because the remaining 600 people are lost in the crowd. They're probably interested in different things. So you get detailed analytics on the Inbranded platform. And this sets you apart and give you a competitive advantage because you don't have to waste time on the things you don't need. You focus on those who need your brand. Personalized images with Inbranded. These are samples. You know, Jumia Black Friday did something in 2019 or so. I'll get it actually later. I think I have that slide in particular. But let's move. And that's particular. Okay, look at it here. Look at this showcase one. Jumia Black Friday promotion in 2019. Somebody just did it. Somebody created this campaign. And what happened? The person had 9,000 views. I will leave it to Shegun to explain how this works, okay? So I don't waste your time with stories. You need to get into practical. Thank you for listening, everybody. Shegun,
Yeah,
please
thanks.
take
Can
the
everyone hear me?
lead.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so thanks everyone for joining. We hope so far you've actually been learning. Just to back up for a sec. So there are three things here that are actually pretty important. The first one is campaign, second is automation, and third is audience. At the end of the day, really, for your organization, irrespective of who you are you a business? Are you a non-for-profit? Um, are you a brand? Irrespective of whatever your organization is, um, ultimately, your customers are people, your users are people. So at the end of the day, really, that translates to your audience. And what Inbranded actually helps you do is to actually build your audience list and actually maximize it. So what that means is, for example, social media is one of the biggest channels people actually use to engage. But with social media, there's already competition. Like literally, whatever you post on social media is competing with not just other businesses or other brands, but people like influencers, different people, and like there's a lot of noise on social media basically, and it's sort of like the battle of the most interesting content. There are some businesses, there are some organizations, what they do, although very interesting, might not be very interesting. So like it's competing with other guys that are actually looking good and all. So like social media is a very like competitive space. It does work if you can get it right, but more times than not, your content will actually be ignored, which is actually why you now need another channel to actually grow your audience. With campaigns, you can actually create image campaigns, email campaigns. and sort of like different types of campaigns for different strategic reasons. With automation, the goal is for you to be able to automate actions based on certain triggers or certain conditions. For example, you run a store on Shopify or maybe a one kiosk or a Jumia, if they allow it. So what you actually want is you actually want your audience or your customers to actually feel special. So maybe you generate like you want to send them a thank you badge customized with their name, looking beautiful, just for them, just to make them feel special. With automation, you can actually configure a connection. So once this person actually buys um, a product from Shopify or from any of those e-commerce stores, the person actually gets a badge generated and actually sent to him. And for example, another automation could just be you a lot of people use Google Forms, right? So you could simply just set up an automation. So once I get a new form entry on my Google form, it simply picks out the email, sends a series of emails as an autoresponder. Maybe you can also notify your Slack or notify your team on Teams, different things like that. And so really that's what automation is about. And so going forward, I'll just talk about personalized images within branded. So the first one on my left is actually Jumia. This was actually done by Jumia Nigeria back in 2019 for a promotion of their Black Friday. I think that was around November, December. And the second one is actually SNA by TechPoint. TechPoint is arguably the biggest tech media company in Africa, and they actually use this to generate attendee badges for their event. The third one is also by TechPoint, TechPoint Digital Summit. Again, the same purpose. Um, so showcasing the first one, Jumia Black Friday. Um, Again, it was a promotion in 2019. It got like a views and over 1.2 people generated images and actually shared on social media. And one thing that was actually very, very significant about it was the fact that like I was able to like speak to a couple of the junior team, and the response they actually got was actually pretty nice because not only did people post the images they actually generated on their Twitter account, on their social account, they actually end up posting it on things like WhatsApp, Telegram, and all, which is channels traditional media does not actually get to. Um, this is a showcase, again, by Tech Point. This is another showcase, and this is actually our Kemi here. We're actually supporting the motion of Choose to Challenge, which was in celebration of the International Women's Day that happened sometime in May last year. And again, got 4.6K views and generated by 1.3K people. Again, and yeah, some yeah, a bit of fun, to it. This is also like two campaigns that we actually run. This was actually Yeah, thank you. So yeah, this was Lavish Boys and Stingy Men Association. It was pretty popular back in I think around May or June, if my memory serves me correctly. Yeah, it was pushed by the big brands. It literally broke the internet. Combined on Inbranded, it got like over 8K views and was generated by over 5,000 people. Again, this was just the version of it that was actually published by Inbranded. A couple of guys actually used that template and published theirs. And yeah, a lot of people also published on GetDP, and so it was pretty crazy. Um, yeah, and who doesn't love a good meme? Elon Musk admits to being from a different galaxy. It literally broke the internet. And, Elon Musk with his tweets is literally like, shutting down the crypto world and like, kicking it up and just kicking it down, at will. It's fun and all. So, what is the common theme among all these different showcases that I actually went over not too long ago? The first one is they got really popular in a short span of time. And they went viral at their different times. Now, people felt among them because they could join in the fun or they could actually support, which is actually interesting. A lot of I would say before in branded and yeah, a lot things like this usually like find the way you support is by actually probably just posting on social media and all, but like you never really felt engaged. You know what? Just a fun history to how in branded was actually fun. It was supposed to be like a fun project really, and for just an event that happened back in 2019, and yeah, we just created this and like published the first campaign, and again, this was not supposed to be something very, very serious, but within a short span of time of the event actually getting published, of the campaign getting published rather, I think about like 1,000 people generated their images and shared on their social media within like 3 days, and like from everybody barely knowing about this event, registering for it and forgetting about it. To like you seeing this event all over social media, all over Twitter, all over Instagram, all over Facebook, all over WhatsApp. It was actually crazy. And from there, really, we didn't have to do anything. And that's how it started growing. And it was really, really crazy. So to my third point, to my fourth point rather, if you joined in any of these campaigns or any of these I'll call them any of these showcases, for example, you most likely did because your friend did. Now, a friend most likely joined because you joined in. Um, this type of engagement is what big brands pay big money for. Just to give context onto how the virality loop works. It's just a case whereby you create an image campaign. The first people generate and they share on their social media, and from there, their friends see it. Oh, these guys are wild. Oh, you know what? I want to be part of this, and they actually generate theirs and share it. Now, the friends of their friends see it and actually go and generate theirs and share it. And that's how the virality loop starts until it becomes saturated and everyone knows about it. So literally from just a single person, you can go from single person to like 10 people, to like 100 people to like 1,000 people, up until when everyone that needs to know about it already knows about it. And again, like this is things like this are why brands pay a lot of money to people like influencers, people like celebrities, just to get more coverage on their product, just to get more coverage on whatever they're pushing, just to get more coverage on their service. And something like this is actually what you can build with Inbranded. An interesting finding or something we find is as people generate personalized images, they share across WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, across others. This essentially builds a community of nano influencers for your brand. I mean, like, who does not want influencers? Like, who does not want people to actually share their product? Because, I mean, like, you can have a very, very good product. You can have, like, the best in the world product, but, like, if nobody knows about it, you're simply not going to use it. Like, it's not going anywhere. So, like, as much as you need development or you need content, you also need distribution. You know what they say? I think is queen, distribution is king. I think it's content is king, distribution is queen. Something like that. I can't exactly remember the phrasing, but like you need distribution, you actually need eyes. You actually need people to actually see whatever you push out, for them to actually use it. So this is actually an interesting find. Another interesting find is so a lot of ways organizations tend to push out whatever they're trying to promote. It could just be through promotional image. And like from what we found, whenever you use a promotional image, people's reaction is like, nah, I'm good. Like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard about it. Hopefully by the time it comes, I remember. But with personalized images, they are more committed. Okay, their reaction is like, okay, then like I gotta get mine and I gotta share it. And like I remember a lot of campaigns that have been created by other people, and simply because I actually know them, I simply go generate mine and share on social media. And from there, like I get like tens, to like hundreds of people messaging me, asking me, oh, how can I get this? How can I get this? How can I get this? Like ultimately, I don't even run. I don't even know the brand. I don't even run this business. I don't even know anything about this business. But you know what? People are actually asking me questions about it. Why? Because what I shared is actually personalized. Even though it's actually for the brand, it's actually personalized to me. So a lot more people can actually connect with it and can actually relate with it. So that's actually one of the interesting things we find about personalized images. Another thing we actually find about personalized images is from our research, we actually find that at least 100 people or around 100 people actually engage with a personalized image, giving it giving the campaign more than 10x reach than otherwise would. Again, if it's a promotional image, people will see it and it most likely will not even register in their cognition. But with a personalized image, they actually see a face. I mean, like that's why people actually that's why brands pay influencers in the first place. That's why whenever you're running like a big marketing campaign, like video studios and all those things, you actually use a popular celeb. Why? Because the face is known. People tend to gravitate towards what seems familiar to them, what is like a friendly face and all those things. So like again, your campaign has a lot more reach if you go the personalized route as opposed to like just the promotional route. Um, yeah, so this is another use case for Inbranded. Again, we can actually see the commonalities between, for example, certificates and what we showed previously, which was badges. We'll see that again. Usually, like the design itself is pretty much the same. But like a few details are just different. The name is different. Maybe a couple more details are actually different. Again, you can actually generate this within branded, and yeah, it's simply easy. You design once either outside in branded or in branded, and simply like generate as many times as you want. Now other use cases include identification badges. Like I've seen a lot of schools that actually like create ID cards and yeah, for things like PTA association, for things like students, workers, staffs, teachers, things like that. Like I've actually seen quite a number of schools do that. Speaker badges, again, a lot of people tend to do that. I've seen quite a number of examples of it. Referral badges. There was a crypto platform, I think back last year, sometime last year, that actually created a campaign for referral badge, and it was actually quite crazy. Fine, I remember the name of the brand, but I never really thought like a lot of people took it serious until I actually spoke to like quite a number of guys that actually told me that, you know what, they actually saw a lot of these things online, and from there they actually invested in it. And again, so this is the power of personalization. This is the power of, going the user-centric route. And yeah, it's really interesting what you can actually do or what you can actually achieve when things are more personalized, as opposed to just being promotional. Yeah. So yeah, this is like a challenge to you, to everyone here, really. If you're not leveraging branded, believe me, you're missing out a great deal. And I guess you must be wondering, how can I leverage it? How can I use branded? Well, that's a good question. It's pretty easy, actually. It's pretty easy. You can actually use branded to generate personalized images in just three easy steps. The first one is to create a design. The second one is to publish a campaign. And the third one is to generate unlimited images. And like literally, you can go from like zero to like 100% in like less than 1 minute. That's how easy the platform is to use. Um, Again, creating a design. We have a best in class. We have a design builder where you can simply either create a design there from scratch, or you can actually bring in your existing design. And this is actually what it looks like. Um, This is what it looks like. You can actually add different types of components, either regular component, text, images, or rectangle, or you can add input components such as text, image input, and avatar. And the difference is, so for a couple of us that actually have experience programming, there's something called constant, there's something called variable. Constant, you actually define it immediately, and variables you actually like can actually use can actually they're like placeholders for real values that can be used later. um Yeah, they are placeholders for things that can actually be used later. So with inputs, we input components. This actually get translated into form fields or inputs that you can actually use in the design, or that will be used to generate the design later. Again, how do you publish? You simply just once you create your design, you simply publish it as a campaign. Again, just fill out a couple of details, and from there you generate unlimited images. Like you get a link where you can actually generate unlimited images for your campaigns. People can actually generate it and share to people. And yeah. So I guess a couple of questions you might have. What if I want the campaign on my website? Well, the simple answer, you can have it on your website. You can simply integrate it through embed codes. We actually provide that functionality already. Like a lot of people have actually reached out over this, like a lot of top organizations. like would simply like reach out to me, I would like to use this thing, but like I don't want branded. Like I don't want to see anything branded on it. Yeah, fine. Like initially we were quite resistant to it, but like over time we actually opened up to it. So like you can actually like just take the campaign from Inbranded, put it on your page, and like get people to actually generate images from there. And yeah, people don't even need to know we are the one, which is fine by us. Provided you're winning. I think that's the most important thing for us. Um, yeah, what if I'm not a designer? Again, this is one of the most popular questions we get again. Again, you can choose from over 200 templates that we actually have on the site. You customize it to your liking. You publish it as a campaign and you generate your images. Right now, our templates have been used to create over 4,000 designs. And yeah, if you have a template that you don't know, that's not up to your liking, or you have a request that it's not already fulfilled, then that you can just let us know. You know, what if I have an existing list and I want to generate images for them? An existing is maybe a list of your students, a list of your customers, a list of something. So one of the things we're actually working on, again, this is based on feedback from a lot of people, is batch job. So like with a list, I'll simply just import the list, like specify the design, define how they connect together. And from there, you simply just let us do the work. We simply just generate it, and yeah, you can download it on a zip file that you can actually just export, use for your remarketing, use for repurposing, whatever is your need, and you can actually do it. So this is one of the good times to actually announce. Batch jobs would actually launch by the ending of February, and yeah, so you guys will be able to use it. Um, yeah. So another thing we actually launched this year was actually emails. With emails, can actually automate communications through your audience, through beautiful emails. Again, we launched this on the 1st of January. So why emails? Um, so the question here is not why should you send emails? It's why did we launch emails? Because I mean, like email is pretty popular. Like almost all brands or organization or small businesses already use email. Like if you don't already use email, if you don't have an email list, then you're like literally missing out. And yeah, it's something that you need to go research and make sure that you actually know, because I mean this is one of the biggest ways to actually like reach your users, reach your audience, and just send direct communication to them, and tell them about what's happening for your business and all, So again, why did we launch emails? Again, this is like a direct response to multiple requests by people, to enable communicating with their audience. Okay, you know what? Generating images is fine, but like, what if I want to communicate with them? Again, this is really why we launched emails. What's special about emails within branded? While we were actually developing, there were a couple of research we actually conducted, and we actually highlighted some of the biggest issues people had, and yeah, they wanted us to solve. First one was simplicity in design. Like, yeah, a lot of platforms out there for designing emails, they're actually quite tedious. It's actually quite clunky, hard to use. Let's just say they are not the most friendly. Then designing emails that look consistent across several devices. Again, like emails, compatibility in emails is actually like it's still an emerging area. So I wouldn't say there's a standard just yet. Your email might look great in Gmail, might look like crap in Outlook, might look very bad in Zoho, might look even worse in Proton. Like yeah, like sometimes you just want an email that looks good. You know, and looks consistent across each of them. Ensuring emails are delivered to inbox. The spam is like the graveyard of emails. There are a couple of things that are graveyard when it comes to like the bigger world. Spam is like one of them. So like once you send an email and it goes to spam, just know like your email is dead on arrival and like you literally just wasted money. So like ensuring emails don't go to spam and actually delivered into your inbox is actually one of the things we actually highlighted as one of the biggest issues. As a matter of fact, I'm actually discussed with a friend like 2 weeks back, and it was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna try this out, but like, um, does the email go to inbox? Like that was like the big question. If it goes to inbox, okay, maybe we can have a discussion. If it goes to spam, okay, you know what, nah, man, this isn't for me. And yeah, so we actually went over a demo, and I just sent him a test email. I mean, it took a while to get to him. And yeah, within like a couple of, I think, a minute or two, he actually got the email in his inbox. So it was wow, like wow, wow, wow. Like, yeah, this is something. Another issue people tend to have is emails going to the promotional folder. Again, I would say promotional folder is kind of like not the graveyard, but like um it's like pretty close to it. So again, people at the end of the day want their emails in their inbox. So this is something that we actually worked on. And that thing is actually automating follow-ups to people who click, do not click, perform no action on your email. For example, you have an email list and you send them a form or like a feedback form or you want a survey or something. Um, like there are times people who tend to miss emails. Um, you send an email, maybe it's during my work hours, and from there it gets lost in my inbox. Things like that. Usually, like generally, it's always a good idea to follow up on things. So with Inbranded, you can actually configure automatic follow-ups. So in my example around a form, so if you actually create a form and a survey or a feedback form, and people actually responded to it, and so what if you want to actually automate follow-ups to everyone that you actually sent those initial emails, but you don't want to send it to the people that have already opened it, the people that have clicked it, or the people that have actually filled this form. When in branded, you can actually do it, and it's actually pretty easy. Um, and currently we have like a very intuitive design builder, very, very simple to use. And I must say like it's definitely the best in class, one of the best in class. And yeah, it's beautiful. And yeah, you actually design beautiful emails from a very beautiful and from a very intuitive email builder. And it's actually pretty nice. It's something that I think everyone should try out, at different points in time, whenever they're free. You know, again, this is what designing emails within branded looks like. We can actually see like a list of blocks on the left. We see an header block, we see a text block, we see an image block, a button, a spacer, a divider, address, unsubscribe, and social links. Again, these are just different components for different components for different content types that you can actually bring into your emails. Again, so different blocks for different content types. Your header is simply just your brand logo and your brand tagline. And yeah, once you bring it there, everything is configured and the link is clickable, which links back to your website. You know, with a text, you can actually just bring in a text and like, any arbitrary text that you want to send to people, you can actually add it there. With image, again, you bring in an image, and the amazing thing about this is the fact that like there's Unsplash integration and GIF integration. So maybe you want to bring in GIF images into your emails. You can actually use it, or you actually want to bring in high quality stock photos that you don't necessarily have to pay for. Again, you can use that via Unsplash, and yeah, there are buttons, spacers, address, and subscribe, and yeah, different blocks. And again, you can actually preview how your email will actually look on desktop or on mobile. Yeah, sorry about that. Um, okay, yeah. So you can actually preview how they look on a desktop or a mobile screen. And again, you'd see how your email will actually look on actual devices. Um, yeah. And again, with in branded email builder, you can actually either publish it now or sometime in the future. Again, you can actually track your analytics. You see the number of people it was sent to. You see the number of people that opened it. You see the number of people that clicked it. You see the number of people that were subscribed. I mean, I guess why would you unsubscribe? But like, yeah, it's part of this space. People unsubscribe if they are not interested. So yeah, you can actually, track that. Again, you can actually create sequence. When I say sequence or when I say follow-ups, or when I mention follow-ups every time, again, these are just sequences, of emails that are just based off of the original email. And you can actually just create as many sequences as you want. Now you can actually specify the recipients, do you want to send it to everybody? Do you want to send it to people who opened? Do you want to send it to Do you want to send it to people who clicked? Do you want to send it to people who did not open? Do you want to send it to people who did not click? You can actually do all of those from Inbranded. Um, yeah, so these are some of the feedbacks we've gotten so far. One of my friend, Emmanuel, he runs Vibe, a community of small businesses across Nigeria and Canada. Again, this was his feedback. He couldn't have said it better. Like, this is one of the best experience that I've ever had designing emails. I'm definitely giving it a try for my campaign. That was like a few weeks back, just before we launched. Another person on Oluwaseun, again, a digital marketer, strategies, growth strategies. She was like, before this, I had to generate templates, as HTMLs using like one of those online tools. Then from there, I have to copy the HTMLs, either import it to WordPress or import it somewhere else. And importing it to an email platform, it was just so stressful. And like, yeah, it was just really, really stressful. And yeah, I didn't have the choose for it. Like, this literally solves my problem you know. Another feedback I got from Ayo. This actually is an entrepreneur. He actually runs he actually helps to promote Nigerian football, Nigerian football players, both in Nigeria and both outside Nigeria. He actually helps to actually bring their story outside. So I mean, like, you guys should go follow him on Instagram. One of the feedbacks he actually gave me was that I've used like I use a couple of the popular email platforms out there. Granted they have a lot of features, but like designing with them and the experience generally sucks. Like the experience here is so unique. Like the moment we so currently like he uses one of the platforms, and one of the things he uses there is automation. So like the moment we have automations like this is like 100% in. And so far so good. We're still celebrating the small wins. Like over 10K emails have been sent via branded, and that number is climbing fast. So you should definitely give it a try. So at this point, I would actually just go over like a very short walkthrough session, and we can actually ask whatever questions we actually have, um, yeah, about the platform. So um, just sharing in a moment. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen now. Yeah, so this is what our homepage looks like. Um, and yeah, I'll just start with like the templates that are on the site. Like there are different categories of templates here from movement, social, art and culture, business, tech, music, religion, and these are some of the templates that are on the site, Happy New Month, a cinema festival, a business webinar, um, you know, a lot of templates, and like these are some of the campaigns that have actually been published on the platform. A lot of these were published publicly, but there's quite a lot more that were actually published in private, that we don't get to see publicly unless we either get notified by like the brands themselves. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. So I just log in to the platform, and so I'm already logged in. So yeah, and for me, yeah, so say I want to create a new a new campaign, or like a like an attendee badge for my event. Um, I simply just pick out one of I can either create a new event, or sorry, a new design, from here, or I can just use an existing design, or I can just choose like a template to get started. But like yeah, I'll just start with like an existing design we have, and this is what our design builder looks like. This is different components, the text, image, rectangle. We can simply bring them in. and yeah, we can bring in images. Um, we can bring the rectangles, um, text input, image input, avatars, and we can actually customize it to our liking. I could just give this like you know, a red fill. Let me call it. I'll copy the X. I'll replace it here. I customize this. Yeah. So see, I already have my design ready. I save it. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to publish it as a campaign. You know, I simply click on publish as a campaign. And it takes me to this page where I create a campaign. I'll call this annual. I'll call this 2022, and I create a campaign. And this is it. So I just need to fill in a couple of details, and and that's about it. Again, I can customize my link, annual campaign conference 2022, and I save and publish it. And like literally, that's how easy it is to actually generate images when Inbranded, or to actually create campaigns when Inbranded, and to actually generate an image. I simply just copy the link and I share it to all my audience. And from there, they can actually like generate, links. Sorry, they can actually generate images from their campaign, and it's very, very easy. Like I enter my email and my email and name. For now, maybe I just want to disable that collection of email for me. I can just allow anonymous and I just disable this and I save it and I come back here. Now, I don't have to fill in a name and email anymore. Like, so who am I voting for? I'm voting for Olu Inbranded. My name is Segun. And my profile photo, yeah, I can just keep that for now. And yeah, I generate an image and I download this and I can share on my social media. Yeah, this is what I'll just share on my social media. And this is how easy it is to actually, build within branded, like build email, generate images within branded. And okay, so say I want to send emails instead. What do? I simply come here, I create an email campaign, annual company conference email 2022, and I create one. Now you get redirected to our email builder. And this is just a placeholder content for you to actually customize. One of the things I want to first do is just to remove the background. Yeah, this is not on brand for me, so I simply remove it. From there, I want to add my logo. I just choose an email block. I had my company logo. You know, maybe I want to customize the width, 120. Okay, maybe 120 is a bit small, 250. Yeah, this looks just about right. Give it a top padding of like 30. Um, yeah, and I want to take it to the top. This is what my logo looks like. I want to add like a URL, examples, cool, my logo. Then from there, okay, I want to compose a text. Maybe this is like an event, an event, an event email. I am inviting you to my event happening tomorrow. Thanks. Very short, nothing really, really crazy. So I can customize the font, this is one of my favorite font, Gill Sans. I can choose other fonts, and depending on the kind of look I want to achieve, um, I can customize it as much as I can. And there's a lot of things I can do with it. I can make this bold, italize it. You know, I can underline, I can add links, you know, and yeah, I can configure a button. So how do I want people to register? I want people to register from Event Prime. Again, I can customize the font, make it look as nice as I want, customize the radius, make it circle. Yeah. Then yeah, by compliance for compliance reasons, all emails are expected to have an address. So like you would need to have your address configured there already. So again, you can just configure this, you know, this is social media. If I want my social media accounts there, I can simply manage them and add this blog. But for now, I'll just remove this and unsubscribe link. Um, and so whenever I want to send a test email, I just come here, enter the email I want to send the test to, enter the subject, and I click on send. Or maybe I want to publish it to all my audience. I simply just choose the recipient or my audience, enter a subject, enter a preview text. I can either send it immediately or can choose the time when I want it to be sent. And yeah, yeah, once you do all of this, it simply just works. And yeah, and yeah, that's the short walkthrough I wanted to give. Yeah, so I guess the next thing is, do we have um any questions? Anyone has questions, feedback, anything they would like to know? Um, yep, the floor is open for everyone. Oh, okay, nice, nice. A feedback from Godfrey Jonas, nice one. Yeah, thanks Godfrey. Yeah, the team has actually done a lot of work. Yeah, so I think full credit to the team. So I'm just someone that is just presenting here, but like the actual credit goes to the team. Um, yeah, any feedbacks, any questions, um, anything anyone would like to know?
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah,
Okay, I know before now I have used GetDP in the school, and
yes,
it was pretty cool because I had similar idea in mind. And when I saw
yeah,
GetDP, I was like, somebody has executed it too.
yeah,
Then I was wondering, who is this person? Not until I realized it was Shegun. I say, hey, I know this guy. All right, well done, nice one. Seriously, I was looking forward to this, but I didn't just know how to articulate it to you. But
yeah.
then I'm really glad this came in. So my question is there any form of subscription on Inbranded? Is there any form of subscription, or is still open as getdeeply.io?
Yeah. So I guess the first question is the difference between Inbranded and GetDP. So GetDP is really free to use. Yeah, the only caveat is the fact that there's a watermark at the bottom, and yeah, there are ads on the side. Since it's free to use, then I mean there has to be ads. But yeah, with Inbranded it's actually quite, oh yeah, there's one more difference. With GetDP is just an image and a name. While with Inbranded you actually get to customize, like you've seen the design view that you actually get to customize it. You add as many inputs as you want, and so you have as many commentaries as you want. But to answer your question, though, we initially had like a subscription plan, but from the feedback we've gotten from people, like we feel as though like the subscription doesn't necessarily work because this is something that people use, from time to time, but like not necessarily monthly, consistently. So we don't have a subscription. What we actually use is a pay as you go model. So like you simply just purchase credit and you have you generate as many images as you can. So if I can open our pricing page, so this is actually what it looks like. Yeah, like the way it works, our system works based on just credits. Simply just purchase as much credit as you like or as little as you want. And yeah, you simply use it for whatever you want to do. So like one image generated is 2.5 credit. One email sent is 1.5 credit. Um, you know, so for example, if you don't want to send any emails, you can just make that as zero. If you want to generate 1,000 images, this is you enter 1,000 here, you already know the amount of credits you need. This is 2,500. If you want to generate 10,000, you need 25,000. Or maybe like if you want to generate like four to, you know, maybe an arbitrary number, you already know the amount of credits you need. Um, yeah, so this is it. And yeah, having an estimate of the number of credits you actually need. From there, you actually go to how you actually purchase it. So you can actually purchase 10K credit for like $999. Again, you can use this as fast as you want or as slow as you want. Like there's really no commitment for us. You can actually use this anytime you like, for up to 22K credit. For 22K credit, you'd purchase it for 1999. Again, this is double, more than double of the more than double of the 10K credit. For 49.99, you can purchase 60K credit, which takes you to around 24K images and 40K emails. For 99.99, you can generate 50K credit, up to 60K images, and on and on and on and on and on. Like that's simply the way our platform works, purchase the credit anytime you like, and you use it anytime you like. There's really no commitment, no monthly commitment, no nothing. Um, and Yeah, you can actually just configure auto recharges. If you're someone that does in volumes and you simply don't want it to never stop working, simply just configure an auto recharge, and so once your credit goes below a certain threshold, um yeah, it simply just recharges it for you. And yeah, that's the way pricing works. Again, just to answer your question, there's really no commitment. You can purchase as much as you want or as little as you want. And yeah, I guess one more thing to keep in mind though is the fact that once you actually sign up newly, you get 1,000 credits automatically, where you can actually you can actually use to generate up to like 400 images, send up to like um I think it's I think it's about 500 to like 750 emails if my maths is correct. But yeah, it's for you to actually try the platform out, and from there you decide if it works for you. And yeah, does that answer your question, Godfrey?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I get it.
Okay, thank you. Then I see there's a message in the chat. Um, okay, is there a way to have a replay of this? Yes, this is actually being recorded. And yeah, a video would actually be sent to people that registered. In case you didn't register and you want to have you want to be known once the video is actually available, you can also just reach out to either me or Kemi, either directly if you have our contact. And if you don't, you can just send an email to i@inbranded.co. Um, yeah. So I guess any other questions before I hand off back to Kemi? Okay. Yeah. Thanks
Uh,
everyone.
I have one question. Sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. During your presentation, you talked about uh, uh, I think embedding the code on a website, right?
Yes.
Let's say, for
Yes.
instance, I have a website and I don't want to see anything. If I don't want to see this your beautiful logo on
Yeah.
it. So, is it like a one-off sale, or how does it work generally?
Yeah, embedding is actually free. Like we don't charge for anything. The only thing we charge for is when you generate an image, like so you can simply embed it anytime. And yeah, it's there, and yeah, you don't pay a dime for it.
Okay, what you're actually embedding is the finished work. So I have to still log into Inbranded and then do the design here, do everything here, and then generate the
Y-
code and paste on my site, right?
yes. Like once you've created the design, created the campaign, you can
Yeah,
simply just copy the campaign, embed code, and put it on your site, and people just generate it from there.
amazing. I'm jumping on it right away. Thank you.
Nice, nice, nice. Um, okay, I think I'll just hand off to Kemi right now. Yeah, so thanks, guys. So Kemi, back to you.
everyone for staying to this time. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, drop a hi. Drop a hi if you can hear me.
Hi, Kemi. I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Thank you, Godfrey. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kola Wale. I saw the back and forth. Ayomide, thank you. Thank you. Basirat, my God. I see you. I didn't just want to distract Shego. I saw you since you came in. Welcome, Basirat. Thank you, Lola of New Selection. I want to start seeing your campaigns from Inbranded, everyone. Okay, I'll share my screen now so you can see this final information. Okay, so as we wrap up, please follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Our name is Inbranded Co. For short. That's what you see there. So join the community too on Facebook, Inbranded Circle. So in the community, we share ideas. If you have questions, it's a faster way to reach the team instead of having to send an email waiting for a response. Once you are in the community and drop your message, somebody responds to you. If you have business ideas, you want to ask people, it's a group of like minds. People are there to share ideas. If you are a designer and then you want to ask questions on colors to use, anything at all that has to do with digital marketing, you can ask in the community and get responses. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, join the community, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's in the YouTube channel that you'll see practical sessions being posted, videos, practical things basically, how to navigate the platform. And then if you have questions, reach us via email, the chat box. On the website, you see the chat box. Just send us messages. Somebody will be right there to respond to your message. Then you can also ask questions on the community page. I said that earlier. Okay, this is something I'm looking forward to. Kindly provide feedback on how the webinar went. Tell us what you learned. Tell us what you think you could do better. The link to submitting your feedback will be sent to everyone who registered. Kindly reach out to us with your feedback. Thank you for staying to the end. From Kemi, Olusegun, and the whole Inbranded team. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Pelumi. Thank you, Jeremiah. Those are some guys from the team. They're doing a great job to make sure that we serve you all well. So thank you for staying to the end. Kola Wale and Dolapo, both of them, I saw how far they stayed. So I'm sure they meet with the first criteria. I'm not the one who's deciding anyway, but I'm just saying that I noticed that they stayed true. Thank you, Deborah. Deborah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Godfrey. I saw your excitement when you spoke. Thank you for being with the platform from inception. I heard you talk about Get GP. Thank you, everyone. Okay,
Thank
it's
you.
time to menu. So you can grab your cup and your plate and get your food. Thank you, everyone. We've come to the end of this.
Thanks.
Sorry,
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
sorry, please. Are
you.
we getting the slide, please? Hello?
What did you say?
Are we getting the slide?
Yeah, the slides can be provided to you. Yeah,
Okay, okay, please. Thank you
yeah.
very much.
So in case like I mentioned, in case you didn't already register, you can simply reach out to either me or Kemi and provide your email. So as we're sending the link to the video on YouTube, yeah, we'd also just include the slides and yeah.
Okay, no problem. I did
So
register though. No problem.
okay, perfect. Then you definitely get it.
All
So
right,
as
thank
Kemi
you.
has mentioned, like we're giving a $75 gift, Amazon gift card to two people. Yeah, for everyone who stayed to the end, and like you guys are definitely qualifying to win it. So two people will definitely win it. We don't know the two people yet, but yeah, we will definitely know in due course of time, and yeah, we'll actually reach out to them directly. So thank you guys for staying. We really really appreciate it, and yeah, I
Thank
think one of the
you.
things we would actually be doing in the next couple of weeks and months is to actually be organizing sort of like a growth rate. Because I think fine generating badges I would say is good, yeah. Sending emails is actually good, but a couple of people I know actually, I guess a couple of you guys also run businesses. The question is, how can you actually grow my business? How can I grow my business? How can this actually translate into useful information to help me grow? Okay, so outside just in branded, how can I grow generally? How can I grow my Instagram page? How can I grow my, email list? How can I sell more in my Shopify store? Things like that. One of the things we'd actually be doing over the next few months is to actually like bring in experts from those different fields because I mean like yeah fine we know a little about it but like it's best to work with guys that actually know more about it, so we'd actually be bringing in experts from those different fields to actually talk about this, and yeah, we would all learn from it and would all basically yeah, the point is for us to grow. Like this is a new year, like it's high time you actually start making money outside your page, outside your paycheck, your job, because like a lot of guys are really, really killing it out there. So like, it's high time for us to actually kill it as well. So yeah, so just stay tuned, stay with us, keep following us on social media, join our community if you haven't already. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and yeah, would definitely love to keep in touch with you and please just keep in touch with us as well. So thank you guys very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right then. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys.
Bye, Godfrey.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Lizzie.
Mhm.
Bye, Dolapo. Dolapo stayed to the end. Oh. Please go and create your campaign.